Hello everyone, and welcome to my drone build series of a Diatone Tyrant S. The 215 quad. I have all the parts inside of this box to build it, and in this part of the build we are going to be starting off with the Diatone Tyrant S frame. So like I said, this is the frame. This is the chassis of the entire drone. We're going to be mounting all of our parts to, and the frame specifically has a power distribution board built into it. We're going to talk about that more in a second. So I bought this for about $65 US on hobbyking.com. Links are in the description to buy that if you are interested. It's a 215 quad, which means it's 215 millimeters from corner to corner, if you can see that, where we're going to be mounting our motors. So here and here, it's about 215 millimeters in between those. There's a power distribution board built inside of it. There is a GoPro special mount on top of it. You know what? I'm just going to stop talking and we're going to open this sucker up. And here it is. So we have some stickers if we want to use those, Diatone. Here's some mounting hardware for a camera. We may or may not be using this because I do have a special FPV camera. Over here we have a bunch of mounting hardware and standoffs, which you can see inside of there. Over here some battery straps, some extra wire that will connect some things on our power distribution board to power up our camera, our video transmitter, and so on and so forth. We also have two battery straps, which I do not think I'll be using. I have some special ones that I got in the mail earlier. And here is the star of the show. Look at this. I'm going to cut the zip tie. Alright, so you can see we have a bunch of different parts on here. So this here is the main frame. It's 4 millimeters thick. At least I assume. I do have some digital calipers around, but that's what I've heard, and it feels very, very sturdy. Has very little flexibility, but in a crash, I don't think this thing is going to be breaking. It looks very, very durable. Over here we have a separator in between this carbon fiber and the power distribution board, which is right here. This is going to be part of the frame. The reason we have this little separator in between them is because if we were to just power it up like so on top of here, because the carbon fiber is conductive, it would short circuit it. We don't want that, so we're going to have our little separator plate going in the other way, like so. So what does the power distribution board do? Well, we're going to have separate outputs for each ESC, which is going to power our motors. We're going to have a power regulator to power our video transmitter and our camera, and we're going to have our main input right here, which is an XT60 connector. We plug in our battery here and it sends the power each individual way to power up everything that it needs to, and at the correct voltage as well, which is very important. After we put in these standoffs later in the build, we're going to have this plate here, which I believe goes like this or like this. I don't know which way. Either way, it's going to be sitting about here. Then we have this other plate, which has special mounting hardware, which is going to sit like so. We also have this little antenna mount, which will slide on top of the top plate, like so, and then we flip it upside down and use these silver screws to hold it in place. So I suppose for now, putting on this antenna mount is only going to be able to do. All these other things, they might get in the way of the process of building the entire thing, and I'll have to disassemble part of the frame. But next up, we're going to be mounting the motors, which is going to be very simple. So look forward to that. And yeah, I guess we'll go on from here. So far though, it looks very, very promising on a very awesome build.